Complexity and difficulty are not the same thing. Choose the simple choices and make them easy. I've been hammering this one for so long now. It's been 2 months of me hammering this one in. A marathon isn't a complex thing. It's very simple. Put one foot in front of the other, in front of the other, in front of the other. You do it for 42 Ks. Just because it is simple does not mean it is easy. Running a marathon is extremely difficult. Most people in a lifetime will never run a marathon. But it's a simple thing to do. It's not easy to do. And this applies to many things in life. Being in shape is easy. Oh, I'm sorry. Now I'm making a confliction. Sorry, my bad. Being in shape is simple. Eat healthy, move more. Actually, sticking to that is difficult. Most of the time, the right answers in life are the simple choices. And then we make this confusion that because they're simple, they must be easy, and therefore it must be wrong because nothing in life comes easy. In reality, the simple choices are often the most difficult to do. Choose a simple thing and find ways of making it easier. Spend the cognitive load that you were going to use on finding a complex answer on making the simple answer easier. It's some of the best advice I've ever gotten. 13. If you don't save money when you're poor, you won't save it when you're rich. Don't expect external stimuli to change your habits. This goes back to you don't rise to the levels of your expectations, you fall to the level of your systems. Same concept. I see so many people saying, oh, I don't make enough money. Once I make enough money, I'll start saving then. I think my father was a great example of this. My father never learned how to save money. My father went from being very poor to being very wealthy very fast. And he never learned how to save money, and it bit him in the butt. And he always complained that things are so expensive and he just can't find the time to save money, or the room to save money, I should say. I gotta look at his. You know, it's staying there. I gotta look at his payslip a little bit before he retired. And the amount of money my father made astonished me. The fact that he couldn't save any of it, which is a testament to the fact that he never learned how to. And it's not because he didn't have enough money, but because he was unwilling to learn how to save money when he had no money. So the moral of the story is learn to save now. Learn to do the correct things now, because you won't do it later in life if you don't start doing it now. Okay, let's hope those lights stay up now. For those of you keeping track, we're now on to lesson 14. This is one that hits especially hard lately, but when you hit your mid-20s, you'll probably have less than 100 memories left of your parents. Make the most of them. When people hit the mid-20s, it's fair to assume that their parents are hitting around about their 50s, mid-50s, and let's assume everyone's parents live to see 80, which is more rare than people give it credit for. So let's say your parents live to see 80. That means that by the time you hit your mid-20s, they have about 25 to 30 years left. If you see them twice a year, that means you have about 50 to 60 experiences left of them. Let's say you see them 4 times a year. You got about 100 memories of them left, 100 experiences of them left, if you're lucky. And you could say, well, you can make an effort to see them more, blah blah. So you see them 12 times a year. You see them every single month. You have like what, 240 memories of them. A lot more, but man, I think I learned too late in life to appreciate my parents. I think it's very difficult to do it when you're still a kid. It's very difficult to understand how much effort your parents have put in for you, and how difficult it is to raise a kid, and how difficult it is to take that endeavor to start a family. And now that I'm in my mid-20s, I appreciate my mom so much, and I wish I appreciated her more throughout my life. So right now, everyone listening to this, if your parents are still around, make the most of your time with them. They may not be perfect, but they did their best, and one day they'll be gone, and you'll miss them, and you're gonna wish you made more of the time you had together. You're not special. Most people have the same struggles that you do, so treat them the way you want to be treated. A guy in my Connect group refers to this as the golden rule, which is treat others the way you want to be treated. And I think it's so true. I think if you are having trouble making friends and you see someone else is struggling with that same thing, go be a friend to them. If you see someone is struggling with their weight and you struggle with your weight, go comfort them with the words you wish you heard from someone else. All the things that you wish people said to you when you were struggling with those issues, go say them to them. They're just like you. They deal with the same things that you do. Stop thinking you're special and you deserve to be treated so well by everyone else, but you can't give that treatment out to other people. Most people have the same struggles. Most people have financial struggles. Most people have self-image struggles. Most people have, most people were bullied growing up. Most people have the same struggles. So everything that you wish you heard and all the comforting you wish you got, give that to other people. Nothing in life can't be solved or at least remedied by a good community. I talk about a couple times on the channel how Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, Pythagoras, all these ancient philosophers, people that lived in the BCs, they talked about how important good friends are. I think if you're by yourself, life becomes super difficult. If you are constantly alone, you don't have someone to depend on, you don't have someone that can give you a hug, that can tell you it's going to be okay, life's going to be tough. Most problems can't be analytically solved. But man, if I don't feel better after getting ice cream with a friend after a rough day, or getting a hug from someone, or just spending some time with somebody and talking about sports or a series, so many of your problems can be solved by having a good community. So make sure you build one. Make sure you have 4 or 5 people that you love, that you hold dear to you, and that you can rely on when things get tough, and that can rely on you when things get tough. It makes life a hell of a lot easier. Don't expect anyone to support you more than you support yourself. This one I still battle with. This one's still tough because it's difficult to think that you're worthy of things. I think society has kind of made it a sin almost to feel like you deserve things. You deserve a lot. You deserve great things. But no one's going to think higher of you than you. And you need to get that through your head. No one's going to think you're funnier than you think you're funny. No one's going to think you're smarter than how smart you think you are. No one's going to think you're more charismatic than what you think you are. So if you want people to see you a certain way, you have to see yourself that same way. There's no way around that. And I'm not saying go be a prick about it. Don't be this bashful, full of yourself, egotistical person, but be confident. I heard recently this great quote saying that, oh, this great idea that says, you can't build confidence because you can't lose confidence. You build insecurity. Because when you are a kid, when you're 2, 3 years old, you're the most confident person ever. I think back to myself when I was 10 years old, I was unbelievably charismatic, unbelievably confident. No one could have said anything to me. And then the insecurities build through all these traumatic events, and eventually you start to build insecurity and your confidence gets hidden. But you need to find a way to shovel off all those traumatic events, all that insecurity, and go back to being who you used to be so that confidence in yourself can bleed into people's confidence in you so that other people can support you as much as you support yourself. And you should support yourself the most out of anybody. You should be your #1 fan. Don't expect anyone to support you more than you support yourself. You need to believe in yourself as much as you can so other people can believe in you. The axe forgets, but the tree remembers. Your tongue is a pretty sharp axe. I can remember things from my childhood of things my mom said to me that she didn't think was problematic at all, but it stuck with me my whole life. And I brought this up to her. I said, Mom, you remember when you said this to me when we were in this one store when I was 7 years old? I still think about that to this day. And she's like, I have no recollection of that. None whatsoever. Things that you just say in passing, that you say casually, that you don't even think about, they can hurt other people a lot. And I think back to some of the most hurtful things that people have said to me, they probably haven't even realized it. I can name a great example. Some of you may know this. I had a hair transplant. Looks pretty good now. But I was at a party 2 years ago with a friend from university that I hadn't seen in a long time. And he kind of just made a passing joke where he's like, oh, I see this hasn't gotten better. He probably doesn't even remember making that joke. But I remembered it so much that that's the day that I started booking to go get that hair transplant. So the things you say, you might forget them, but they might impact someone so, so hard. Be careful of what you say. Try to lean into saying more kind things. Because the axe remembers, the axe forgets, but the tree remembers. You need to take, you need to take it easy, but you still need to take it. Okay, this time for real, I'm leaving it. Like, you guys can just, this can be our secret. I'll fix that light tomorrow. I swear. To God, I swear I'll fix this light tomorrow. I'm leaving it in for now. You need to take it easy, but you still need to take it. I have this big discourse of, I think that a lot of people take it too easy on themselves. I think a lot of people are not critical enough. They aren't honest enough. They're not reflective enough to realize their shortcomings. I also believe the opposite is true. I believe there are people that are too critical on themselves, they're too hard on themselves, they're too reflective. You need to find that balance where you're not beating yourself up for everything, but you're still going after what you want. Because the problem is when you're too easy on yourself, you're never motivated to go do the things that you want. And then the motivation hits you way too late in life, and the opportunity's gone. The opposite is if you're always too hard on yourself, you're never going to have the grace to actually enjoy life. So there has to be a happy medium. And here's what you do. If you are a type A person, meaning that you're usually too hard on yourself, go learn how to take it easy on yourself. If you are a type B person, meaning you are too easy on yourself, go learn how to be a type A person. If you are on one of the extremes, learn how to be the other extreme. That is the battle you will face your whole life. And that's the price you pay for the advantages that come from the other side. So realize you need to take it easy, but you still need to take it. You need to be kind to yourself, but you still have to have the initiative, and you still have to have the gumption to go after the things you want. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that clip from the interview of Agu. If you want to come onto the podcast, remember, all are welcome. Just fill in the form in the description, and we'll see if we can have you on. If you want to watch the full podcast, click on the link here. If you want to watch anything else from the channel, click on the link here. Thanks for watching, guys.